Hey there, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to look at how different vertebrates reproduce. First, let's talk about what vertebrates are. Vertebrates include fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Though their anatomy differs, they all rely on sexual reproduction. This means that it takes both a male and a female to produce offspring. Males produce sperm, or the male gamete, and females produce an egg, or the female gamete. When a sperm fertilizes an egg, a zygote is formed, which then develops into an embryo. So how do these animals reproduce? There are three main strategies. First, oviparous animals lay eggs, and the embryo develops outside the mother's body. Birds, amphibians, and many reptiles are oviparous. Another strategy is Here, the eggs hatch inside the mother, but there's no direct nourishment from her body. Sharks and some snakes reproduce in this way. Finally, there's viviparous animals give birth to live young and are nourished by the mother via a structure called the placenta. Humans and most mammals are Now, why don't all animals just reproduce in the same way? One reason is the need for water. You see, eggs can dry out quickly if exposed to air, which is why most animals that lay eggs also need to be near water. But not all animals want to hang out by water. Fish, though they lay eggs, have solved this problem. They often release their eggs and sperm into the water, where fertilization occurs externally. Then the offspring develop into tiny fish. No need for a cozy nest here. Just think of all the places an egg could go if it didn't float. But being in water isn't the only way to reproduce. Some fish, like guppies, can give birth without laying eggs. And some reptiles can give birth multiple times without mating again. That's because they store sperm from previous mates. In 2017, scientists discovered a new way to classify these reproductive strategies based on the number of genes a mother passes down to her offspring. But you know, sometimes things don't go as planned. Even if fertilization occurs, the development of an embryo doesn't always result in a live birth. Sometimes, the egg just doesn't divide. One major adaptation that allowed vertebrates to reproduce away from water is the amniotic egg. This type of egg has several membranes that provide protection, nutrients, and waste disposal for the embryo. Amniotic eggs also have a shell that keeps the embryo moist and prevents it from drying out. This adaptation is seen in birds, reptiles, and egg-laying mammals. In humans, reproduction is controlled by hormones. In males, the pituitary gland releases a hormone called follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, which stimulates testosterone production. In females, FSH and luteinizing hormone, or LH, control the menstrual cycle. Estrogen and progesterone are also involved in regulating the menstrual cycle. From sharks to humans, vertebrates have evolved many diverse ways to ensure their species survives. So let's test your understanding. What are the three reproductive strategies? Oviparous animals lay eggs, and the embryo develops outside the mother's body. Example: birds, amphibians, and many reptiles. Ovoviviparous animals, eggs hatch inside the mother, but there's no direct nourishment from her body. Example: sharks and some snakes. Viviparous animals, like humans and most mammals, give birth to live young nourished via a placenta. What's the difference between internal and external fertilization? Internal fertilization occurs when a male deposits his sperm into a female's reproductive tract. External fertilization happens when eggs and sperm meet outside of the body, usually in water. Why was the amniotic egg important? It allowed vertebrates to reproduce away from water since it provided a protective and nourishing environment for the developing embryo. Which hormones regulate the menstrual cycle? Follicle-stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, estrogen, and progesterone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share to help others, and comment to help us improve our work. See you next time.